How's it going, everybody? Rye here today, and we are back with our Oakland Athletics franchise mode here in season number 6. We just got finished with the draft. That was an okay draft. I can't say we got any superstars, no A potentials, but a decent amount of players that have the potential to come up and play a role for us someday. And I also asked you guys a question about a trade, which I will dig into here in just a second. So let's go ahead and get it started. Here we are, and yes, I did ask about a trade, and what I was going to do is trade Jazz Chisholm to the Braves, because the Braves are in a really rough spot, and I was going to snag their best player in Brian Anderson, who's making a lot of money for them. They get an expiring contract, a little bit younger, right? You guys said to hold off because Jazz Chisholm could bounce back, maybe this year or next year, and, well, I'm hoping that's the case. He certainly hasn't shown any ability to play baseball at an elite level here in Oakland. We've had him for 2.5 seasons, and you can see the 2 seasons now in Oakland have not been good. On base percentage under 300, which is definitely not good, and he's regressing in that this season. His WAR is, it's fine, but it's upgradable for sure. His fielding percentage is okay, right? He's solid there. His runs created are minuscule, and obviously he's got no power, and his walks to strikeouts are his worst ever, right? So he's just not doing what I want him to do. Plus, he's on the last year of his deal. If I can get somebody who's got some term and somebody who I think is all around just going to help us out, I'd love to do it. Now, I do respect your guys' opinion, so I will wait. I will give Chisholm another month and a half here, maybe around the All-Star break, to bounce back. And if he doesn't bounce back at that point, I'm going to move on for him for Brian Anderson. I'm 100% going to do that. But we got to sign our prospects. There we go. So like I said, I mentioned the draft before I get started, and I get excited because I mean we're finally good, right? I want to start playing again. So all these guys, they're very low overalls, but moderate potentials, right? 71, 71, 74, but then 81, 86, 87, 88, right? Like those are the guys that, you know, they may take a while, develop, let them grow, let them develop, and then all of a sudden they come up and they can be a really solid contributor, right? You got to get yourself in that mindset. You don't always need the 99 potential. You don't always need the A potential, right? B potential guys are good. They're the guys that can fill out your roster, and you keep them under team control and you keep them cheap. That allows you to spend on those 90. That's how I got Bo Bichette and whatnot. I'm able to pay them. But anyway, we got this series against Cleveland here. The Aviators do not have 4 valid lineups. We are going to win the series 3-1. That's big. We are now 7 games above 500. Yes, I would like to stop simulating. What is that imp's important message? Pending. Diamondbacks have played Corbin Carroll on waivers. Corbin Carroll on waivers? They waived this dude? He's a really good fielder. Athletics have not placed... There are 2 days remaining to place a claim. All right, so if we do place a claim on him, taking a look at our current outfield, that would be able to... We'd be able to send Mac Denton down. Heck, if I can get this guy for free, I'm 100% doing that. And we have an injured list. Spencer Torkelson still has his torn ACL, and everybody else looks to be just a minor league injury. So I think I'm going to make a waiver claim there. Transactions pending. Corbin Carroll, we're going to claim him. Place a claim on him. Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee we get him because I think we're probably like last as far as claims are concerned. But hey, if we get him, we can send Mac Denton down, and then we got another great player for the bench. Anyway, we are now a full game up on the Mariners as we head into this series against Boston. Glasnow and Rodriguez for us. We are going to win the series 2-1. Rodriguez does take the L. Against Kansas City, we got Gallen, Peterson, and Hoagland, so hopefully we'll be very good. We have claimed him off waivers, and now I have to go ahead and send Mac Denton down to AAA because we now have Corbin Carroll, who is going to play in the majors for us. I mean, I don't know why they weren't playing him. I get it, but like Mac Denton, move to AAA, send him down. There we go. And he can continue to grow there. He's got that B potential. He is growing, but now he gets to play just a bit more. We got a 26-year-old Corbin Carroll, who's on the last year of his deal, but is arbitration eligible. And is a really good... He's just the kind of guy that I would love to have on the bench, right? All right, so let's take a look at Jazz Chisholm. How is he doing? Second baseman Jazz Chisholm. Bouncing back? No, he's not really bouncing back. His on-base percentage has gone up a little bit, but his average is going down. His WAR up by 0.1. Walks to strikeout. Yeah, it's really not good. Yeah, he's just not doing what I want. Sooner rather than later, he's got to jump back. Otherwise, we are going to get rid of him. But we got this series against Kansas City. Auto fix the AA lineups. And there we go. We sweep Kansas City. That's big. We're now 3 games above Seattle, who we have a 3-game series. We got Glass now against Hancock, Rodriguez against Bobby Miller, and then Gallen against Gilbert. So none of their guys besides Hancock look to be really that good. Gilbert looks unfortunate because he's got a best ERA, but the second worst record. He's just under 500. But here we go. Series against Seattle. We are going to win 2 out of 3, and that pushes us up 4 games on them. That's big. Wicks and Ruiz getting the win with Connie Nelson taking the L. Kansas City again, who we have recently swept. We are going to do it again. And now we take on the Yankees, who are 4 games actually under 500. We got Rodriguez, Gallen, and Peterson. Rodriguez, there we go. Okay, so we don't have an active line. Oh, God. Wow. Rodriguez with a great performance here. Hold on. I want to check this before we go check out our lineups. Rodriguez, 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, and no earned runs. Only 7 base runners, too, it looks like. So I will take that in 7 innings pitched. That's a whip of 1.0, I think, if I'm doing my math right. Injured list, Rave. Adley Rutschman is expected to be out 1 to 2 months after getting injured today with a torn finger ligament. Peterson suffered shoulder soreness, and so the shoulder soreness is no big deal, but the Adley Rutschman torn finger ligament is definitely not what you want to see, and we now have the ability to call up another player. Now, taking a look at our catchers, Soderstrom's up. We probably want to... Wow, Alan Kane is growing. He's developing nicely. I'm going to leave him down there in AA. But maybe I can go to free agency and see what kind of catchers are available in free agency. 62, yeah. Luke Molly. Yeah, Jan Gomes, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to have to call up a backup catcher for sure. It's not going to be Kane. It's going to be Jack Conley, probably. I'm going to have to add him to the 40-man. There we go. 40-man roster is full. Unless we just kind of ride without it. But I think, yeah, I'm going to remove from 40-man roster. There we go. And now we go back to the catchers. We add Jack Connolly to the 40-man. Because I don't want to screw up Alan Kane's development. Move up to the MLB. There we go. All right, so now we go to our lineups. And taking a look here, we're going to now move Tyler Soderstrom in. Who, might I add, is looking really stupid solid. And then alongside Rutschman, we got to, I mean, letting go of Sean Murphy did not hurt us all that much. But now taking a look at our lineups here, Soderstrom against righties. Not quite as good as Michael Busch, who has been really, I gotta say, I think, oh my God, 402 on base percentage, OPS of 902 since he filled in for Spencer Torkelson. I'll take that for sure. Soderstrom and Freddie Thompson. The power from Tyler Soderstrom, I'll leave there. No DH, we'll just get him in here. Again, versus lefties now. Tyler Soderstrom goes there. He is against lefties. Actually, a little bit better than Verdugo, I'd say. Although Verdugo's got the vision. Freddie Thompson, yeah, he's better. I'll keep him above Freddie Thompson, but Verdugo will move up to 5. So there we go. How is Castellanos doing, I wonder? I just wanted to see 904, 301 batting average, and he has 20 home runs already. All right. And we're just about halfway through the season. He's got at-bats per home run is 16.5. So a little bit more like his 2 seasons ago in Atlanta, but runs created of 64 already. He's an absolute steal. I'm so pumped about that. And we are currently, 80 games into the season? So we're just about halfway. All right, Zach Gallen. I must not have lineups. I must not have done lineups. Yeah, no DH. There we go. So Soderstrom is going to get a little bit trial by fire. 9-1 in our last 10. Make that 9-1 still in our last 10. We've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-1 in our last 11. Auto fix their lineups down there. And we're okay. So 2, 4, 6 game winning streak with Peterson at 8-3, a 2.65 ERA. And I'm pretty sure he is the reigning Cy Young for the American League. And he is. I was right in that. He edged out Asa late. Or is this year? This is the current rankings. Okay, he's currently second. I forgot that we can actually look at this kind of thing right now. But the batting title, yeah, I think we're a little bit too well-rounded for that. But Freddie Thompson is leading in Rookie of the Year. He's a great fielder. We'll take a look at some of this stuff later, but let's keep it rolling. An important series against Seattle. We're 7 games up on them. But any chance we can get to extend our lead or stem the tide, right? We're still 7 after splitting the series, and now we face Toronto. Toronto in a 3-game series, we're going to lose it 2-1, which is not great. Toronto is 54-34, so we're battling them for the first in the American League. Taking a look at the roster, Kroll, Daly, Pelouse, and Pelouse. Okay, I believe Pelouse is somebody that I've seen his name before. Relief pitchers, Pelouse. Yeah, there he is. Okay, yeah, makes sense. He's not all that incredible, but what are you going to do? All right, so closing pitchers, holy smokes, Graham McLeod is looking fantastic as a potential closer of the future. Lee Rodriguez there at 26. Not really growing, but he's doing well, right? He's just not got the strikeouts per 9 that Graham McLeod does. But anyway, we are here at the start of July, taking a look at the standings. 53 wins, one win behind the Blue Jays for the best record in the AL. And then in the NL, we would have the best record. So we're fighting the Blue Jays for the best record. They're the second best team. We're the first best team. It's starting to make sense. It's starting to even out. Here against Houston, who is 8.5 games behind us. Ooh, first, Noelvi Marte goes to the Yankees in exchange for Davy Garcia and Trey Sweeney. Ooh, wow. So an 88 overall shortstop who wears number 85. That's weird. Pretty good at 25 last year of his deal. Holy smokes. And we are going to beat Houston against Texas, who are pretty poor. We are going to beat them there as well. And then against Houston here, we are going to win that series as well. I love that. I love winning series. It's always more fun to win than lose as we enter the All-Star break 20 games above 500. The NL has defeated the AL. That's not great, but it's okay. And we have another trade to announce. Jorbit Vivas, the 85-year-old 26 second baseman. Oh, okay. Goes for Adam Frazier and Cole Stewart. So Jorbit Vivas goes to the Twins. So let's take a look at that because that's potentially a guy that, we could have gone after because I was looking at second baseman. Second baseman, Jorbit Vivas, the 85 overall. He was playing for the Dodgers. And looks really well-rounded, honestly. Doesn't bat all that great. So he's one of those guys that may look better than he actually simulates, but I guess it can make sense considering he's got... Actually, he looks pretty good. Second base is just one of those positions where you're not going to find a ton of great hitters, so when you do, go for it. But, I mean, that might make Rougned Odor in play, right? We'll go to the Twins here. There they are. So second baseman, Rougned Odor... Last year of his deal, they just went out and acquired somebody. He's batting 181. I'm not going after that. So what I do want to look at, though, is for us is... I was like, did they send Lee No, Graham Rodriguez just overtook Lee Rodriguez. Graham McLeod just overtook Lee Rodriguez, for best closer. I mean, technically, Karinchak's our closer, and Lee Rodriguez is just a bullpen guy, but... Man, that sucks to see Rutschman and Torkelson, like 291 overalls on IL, and we're still doing this good. And Jazz Chisholm is hot. On-base percentage finally above 302. OPS still at 651. It's not great, but it's best so far. Batting average of 242. His WAR's now up to 1.5. His walks per strikeout's gone up 0.1, which is pretty good. His runs created is up to 31, so he's hot. Do we hang on to him? Oh, man, I thought I had it locked. I thought I had it nailed. But Michael Busch might be our second baseman next year. Like, let's be honest. Michael Busch deserves to start. He's playing at first right now because Torkelson's out. He's a good fielder, a great hitter. I mean, as you guys can see, his OPS, dipped under 900, but I wasn't expecting it to stay above 900. He's got about a 400 on base percentage, as his discipline would lead you to believe. He's actually, it's solid clutch. And he's actually slightly better of a fielder than Chisholm, I'd say. Well, he's got a slightly better arm. He's not as good of a fielder, that's for sure. But he's a better hitter. He's a better hitter for sure. He's signed for 2.2. Maybe we just let Chisholm walk in the offseason. He's already got 51 runs created to Chisholm's 31. His at-bats per home run is way better. I mean, but I don't look at Chisholm as a power threat. And he's almost got 1 walk per strikeout, which is ridiculous. Chisholm is hot. And maybe, just maybe, Soderstrom strained his hamstring? Seriously? Okay. So it looks like he'll be okay, though. Rutschman's only going to be out for 1 to 2 more months. Spencer Torkelson's out for 4 to 5 more months. Taking a look at the calendar. 1 more, 2 more. we're not getting Torkelson back this season. So Bush is going to finish the season at first, and then we can assess how we're doing. But we are doing very good, very well, as we are 9 games up on the next team in the division, which is insane. One thing I do want to look at still, though, is that Braves trade with Brian Anderson, who is ice cold, still has better stats, but is ice cold. His walks per, actually, he's not that much better than Chisholm. So, we're going to let it be, because I think we can ride Chisholm out this season, see how he does. If he turns out to be pretty good, maybe I'll give him a contract and then sign and trade. Is that a thing in the MLB? I don't think it is, but Michael Bush could 100% be our second baseman. He's actually too good, I think, to be platooning now, and making $2.2 million. We got an absolute steal. But All-Star break is over, so let's continue here. Nicky Lopez, the shortstop. Wow, a lot of players getting traded. Gets traded from the Royals, one of the best speedy shortstops in the game, for Alex De Jesus, Rondell Lintner, and Luis Navoda. Wow, that is not a good return, in my opinion, for the Royals. That is a lot of high upside swings. But we are going to beat Texas 2-1 in the series. We sweep Houston. And there we go. We got Grayson Rodriguez, Gallen, and Peterson up here against Chicago, who are an above 500 team. And we're going to lose the series to them. Los Angeles, once our toughest rival, is now 10 games under 500. Rougned Odor gets traded to the Mets, so there's another second baseman on the move for George Baez and Herbert Castellano. You know what? And this is, I actually like this. I don't know if this is just coincidence or if this is like programmed in MLB The Show, but you'd never see this kind of thing in Madden or Chell, right? You would never see a team go out and get a younger, similar at the same position, right? He's a similar overall, younger, got good potential, and they're going to play him, right? They want to play him every day. So now they've got options to get rid of Rougned Odor. And they found it, and they got George Baez, a young starting pitcher who's already a 76, and Herbert Castellano, who's 20 and 58. So who knows what he could be. And today is the trade deadline, so I don't know if I'm going to make any trades. Let's take a look. I want to go back to our second baseman. Jazz Chisholm's no longer hot, and he's getting better at vision and discipline, but worse in all of his hitting stats. His on-base percentage is flirting with 300 again. His walks per, yeah, he's okay, right? Like, he's doing fine. His slugging is never going to be good, right? He's not a slugger at all. I don't know. He's got that A potential still. He's got situational hitter. Okay. Driving a runner in from third with less than 2. That is a very specific situation. But Michael Bush, oh my God. I'm so excited for him because we got him on such a steal of a deal. He's got a 3.8 WAR. Oh my God. But I don't think I'm going to make any trades. We can take a look at the trade block real quick just to see. I mean, I could go after a catcher, but there's really no point in my opinion. We have Soderstrom. I guess I could send Soderstrom down to AAA if I go out and get one of these guys on the last year of their deal, like Ivan Herrera. He's on the last year of his deal. He's a good player, right? He's solid. Matthew Nelson from the Reds, another guy that's pretty cheap. Solid all-around guy. Can be a stopgap until Rutschman comes back. I don't want to give up too much, but we can, take a look at it here. What would it take to get him? They want Brett Harris, Lee Rodriguez, and Nelson Kim. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I would give up here. Maybe a potential starting pitcher like Blaine Enlow. They're interested in that deal straight up. Enlow, though, looks pretty good as a righty. He still has never really made it to the majors. In the AAA this season, he's gotten 20 games started and 10 quality starts, so 50% is not bad. 3.8 WAR is really good. Cade Cavalli, I just don't think he's ever going to be anything, to be honest. He's doing all right in AAA. 79 A potential, but he's already 28. I don't think he's ever going to hit it. And getting a guy like Matthew Nelson, who's going to be a good catcher, well, Rutschman's out, but the question is how much longer is Rutschman out? Injured list. Adley Rutschman's out for 2 to 3 more weeks. We can manage. I'm not too worried. So we are going to not make any trades here at the deadline and beat San Francisco 5-1 in the process. We split the quick 2-game series as we go to Los Angeles. We're going to lose that series here against Houston. We are going to lose that series. Oh, man, we get cold, but we do find Texas, who we always seem to beat up on. Benito Macias for them pitched against us and took the L. David Peterson got the dub. Against Seattle, who is the closest team to us, we are going to win that series with a lot of runs scored. Connie Nelson seems to get all the run support there is. Against Miami, we have 27 players on our active roster, so that's fine. We'll go to our catchers now because I'm sure that means Rutschman's back. Yes, it does. Jack Connolly can go back to AAA. There we go. And we're looking good. I mean, Alan Kane is flying. I'm pretty sure he was a 70 the last time I checked. And now he's a 72. Oh my God. Taking a look at our lineups. We'll flip-flop Soderstrom for Rutschman. Rutschman will move up there. And I think that's fine. Rutschman's got a little less power. It's one less power, let's be honest. Soderstrom is cold. So we will get him out of there. And then Soderstrom for Rutschman. And yeah, he'll probably... Yeah, I'm probably okay with batting him 6 after Verdugo. Verdugo's just got the contact and the vision. Yes, Rutschman's got a little bit more power, but I'm going to leave things as is. Jesus Sanchez is cold. How is he doing this season? Because I remember I moved on from a Rosarina for him. Well, he's doing damn good. All right, so we're going to keep going here. Miami, we are going to get swept in that series. I think it's the first time we've gotten swept all season. Now we are ice cold as we find Washington and bounce back. Okay, so we have 78 wins. Let's be honest. 78 wins. It's 2 wins behind the Blue Jays. Still good enough for best in the National League, which doesn't exactly matter, but second best team in baseball, really. And it's been a cold August for us. Here against Baltimore, we are going to beat them in that series. Gunnar Hoglund and Gallen pick up the wins. Pedersen evens out his record at 10-10. And now we've got the final game of the month. And Glasnow is going to get us the win. 9-1. Really didn't have to do much. And Cliff Duffy is 1-19 with a 7.03 ERA. Atlanta, we need to talk. Atlanta, we need to talk, my guys. What are you doing? What are you doing out here? Clint Duffy's the number 2 guy in their rotation, and he is 1-19. He doesn't even look that bad. Beat potential 23. He shouldn't be pitching in the majors. But 1-9, I mean 5-5. They have DeGrom. They got an agent. They like finally we were tormented by him for years with the Mets, so we're gonna get him ourselves. And well, it's actually worked out every year, but this one he's kind of on a steep decline, but only making 9.8 in the last year of his deal. We're not here to analyze the Braves though, but I do say I'm sorry, Clint Duffy. You are better than that. You are better than what your record says. I thought for sure we'd see him be like a 67 overall starting for them, but man, the Braves are in a really tough spot. And let's beat up on them again. We have to call up another couple guys. So we need 2 more guys on the roster. Who's not here? Probably one pitcher and one fielder. Graham McLeod for the bullpen. He's killing it though. I don't want to mess with him. Cade Cavalli is now hot, so maybe Blaine Enlow. But really, it's Ray Delgaudio to me. He's having a great season here in AAA. Actually, is Blaine Enlow having a better season in AAA? He is. Blaine Enlow, I'm going to call him to the MLB. And then the next fielder is Mac Denton, who's cold. But I think that kind of makes the most sense. Mac Denton, another outfielder, can play any position in the outfield. He's got some power, so can come off the bench. And he's already played in the MLB for a little bit. So we will call up Mac Denton. And we are looking pretty good. Against Atlanta, we are going to lose. So they do not have the minimum number of AAA pitchers on their roster. So I will do that myself. I am not going to let the AI do that again because that screwed us up big time last time. Move to AAA. There we go. AAA should have the minimum amount of pitchers now. Yeah, they've got 5, 4, 1. This series against the White Sox, who are good but not quite as good as us, auto fix their rotation. We are going to win that series 3-1. And after a cold August, right? This was an up and down August, about 500. We're starting off 3-2 here in September. Quick 2-game series against Texas where we lose both of them. Houston, we are going to get swept and we're on a 2-4-6 game losing streak. Something needs to change. Guys, we got to get hot here. And we play Seattle and we do. End up winning that one. The Angels series is coming up. They are 82-71, so they were 10 games under 500, and they must have gone an absolute tear because now they're 11 games over 500. Things started to even out here. The series against the Mets we are going to win too, and the Angels are 3 games behind us. So getting swept by the Angels here would cause us to drop out of first place in the division. So let's not do that. We do not get swept, which is good. No. And we are, yeah, there we go. All right, so we pick up a game on the Angels, winning 2 out of 3. We get 90 wins again. And then our final series of the season is against Seattle, who did really fall off. We do not have 4. Oh, God, did somebody get hurt? Jazz Chisholm suffered a torn MCL, out over 6 months. Oh my goodness, torn MCL for Chisholm. And just as I started to get on board and he started to figure it out, right? He turned his season around, on base percentage around 300. WAR was looking better at 2.4, right? His best WAR since he's been here. Runs created, we're probably on pace for that. Man, that's unfortunate. And I think we will let him walk. But now we need to figure out what we're going to do in the infield. Actually, I'm not actually too worried because we have JP Crawford and Robert Poisson. But JP Crawford is going to play second base for us. Poisson can still back him up. But JP Crawford is our new second baseman. Congratulations, JP Crawford. We can call somebody up too. We can call up another infielder, probably. Pablo Mora's already up. Chisholm, no. Probably not Brett Harris. Nobody there. And Nelson Kim, maybe. Yeah, we should probably call up another infielder. Alan Kane's now up to a 73. His progress has been really encouraging. I think Brett Harris is probably the best guy to call up because, yeah, I'm going to move him to the MLB. There we go. And he's just going to sit on the bench. Junior Enriquez, I believe a draft pick of ours, looks pretty good. I mean, 74 at 19 with C potential, could grow and see what it comes. What it gets to. Transactions completed. The Orioles have called up Steele. Oh, God, I hate the 75 notifications. That's bothersome. But against right-handed pitchers, Freddie Thompson versus JP Crawford's got a little... Yeah, I like JP Crawford batting there. We'll put JP Crawford in again. JP Crawford in here against lefties. He's not really that much better than Michael Busch. Actually, Freddie Thompson. It should be Michael Busch above Freddie Thompson, but not above Adley Rutschman. So we're good there. Left-handed pitchers, no DH. We'll throw JP Crawford in there. So he can play second, and he's a great fielder. He's got great durability, amazing clutch. So maybe we can, we'll see how it goes. We got this final series against Seattle. We are going to win the series and finish with 92 wins. Just taking a look at the injured list. Verdugo sprained his ankle, is out, expected to be out a few days. Good news for us is it's the postseason, so we are okay. 92 wins does not clinch us the division. Actually, the best record in the league goes to the Blue Jays at 96 wins. 92 wins for the Padres, ties them with us. We were tied for second. I'm going to call us the second best team in the majors this season. It's a very good season. You guys can see our numbers are off the charts. So let's go ahead and dive into them a little bit. But the teams might have some extra games. There we go. And did that say we're taking on the Detroit Tigers in the first round of the playoffs in the ALDS, excuse me. Tyler Glasnow led the league with winning percentage and wins. Wow. Verdugo led the MLB in WAR. Holy smokes. All right. Verdugo, 6th in batting average. So he's got to come back from his sprained ankle very quickly. Best season of his career as far as OPS. 24 home runs, 90 RBIs. Didn't walk a ton, but he got a lot of hits, right? You can see that total bases was off the charts for him. 7.0 WAR is off the charts. 111 runs created. 0.62 strikeouts or walks per strikeout. Taking a look at hits, Verdugo was up there. Bobby Witt Jr. was up there. Nick Castellanos was up there. So, somebody else led that. I think that was probably more stuff. But Freddie Thompson is going to win the AL Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, we did not get MVP. Tyler Glasnow was close to the Cy Young, but Asa Lacy here looks really good. The lefty, good stamina, good hits per 9. Looks very, very good. Under 3.0 ERA and over 220 strikeouts. That's pretty darn good. Manoah, if he would have gotten the win, actually, I think this is probably right. The order is probably right. But Kyle Tucker wins the batting title with 315, 38 home runs, and 116 RBIs. That's crazy. Reliever of the year goes to Gary Moreau, who we will be facing. Gary Moreau. I remember that name. Why do I remember that name? But Freddie Thompson here is the Rookie of the Year. 278 batting average, 9 home runs, 63 RBIs, and probably had a good day in left field pretty much all the time. How was his fielding? Let's see. His fielding, 90, only 1 error, and looked pretty good. So 3.8 WAR is pretty solid. He's never going to be a power hitter in my opinion, but he's a good outfielder. runs created of 77, so I will take that. Were we close on anywhere else as far as the Gold Glove was concerned? Our second baseman, Michael Busch and Jazz Chisholm, were close. So Jazz Chisholm in the running for a Gold Glove, maybe would have gotten it had he, had he not gotten injured. But Nico Horner's 1,000 fielding percentage was really darn good. But the putouts for Michael Busch, that's because he played first. But the assists, you can see, yeah, it's probably close, but Horner does deserve it. Bobby Witt Jr. was close for the Gold Glove at third base, even though he's playing second or short. Shortstop goes to Nolvi Marte, a former Seattle Mariner. He is really good. Oh my God. And as far as other players for us, nothing there. Silver Slugger, Nick Castellanos wins the Silver Slugger for the DH with 107 RBIs for us. He is dropping off, right? So maybe getting rid of his $14 million next season. Still 78, 83, 83, 78 is still pretty darn good, especially, and he won a Silver Slugger, right? His slugging was not great. His OPS was not, he is starting to drop off a bit, but he does just come up clutch when you need him to. He really does. Adley Rutschman was close. If he doesn't get hurt, he might win that as well. He missed some time. Michael Busch here at second base. I mean, he was a great hitter. He played first base for us, but Bobby Witt Jr. So Bo Bichette wins the Silver Slugger for us. Back-to-back years for Bo Bichette. Bobby Witt actually won in 2025. I realize that I haven't done a good enough job of checking this in multiple years, but Bo Bichette retains his Silver Slugger for shortstop. As far as the outfield is concerned, Alex Verdugo was close. It was all three of them, right? Julio Rodriguez, Kyle Tucker, and Joey Gallo. Everybody else was a runner-up. Julio Rodriguez, oh my God, developed insanely well. But that is that. So it's time to take a look at our player statistics here. Nick Castellanos, we know he had a great season. Who led the team in batting average? Crawford, actually. Verdugo probably qualified better because he had more at-bats. But Michael Busch then, Bobby Witt Jr., Freddie Thompson batted well, which is great to see as the Rookie of the Year. Rutschman, if he plays a bit more, who knows what happens. Castellanos, Bo Bichette, man, our batting average was insane. Poisson, well, in his 16 at-bats, only got one hit, so that's not great. Spencer Torkelson, we'll see when he comes back what happens, but he is looking insane. I don't really rely on him for his speed, so that one drop in speed is not bad at all. OPS, 886 for Crawford, 873 for Busch, 864 for Verdugo, and 860 for Bobby. Yeah, guys, we had nobody really tore it up. Like, I'm doing an Angels series on the channel, so if you haven't already checked that one out, go ahead and check it out now. But Mike Trout had like an over 1,000 OPS. No, we don't have any guys like that. We just have a stupid amount of good guys. Like, they're all solid. As far as WAR, Verdugo, Witt, Busch with a 5.8. He's our second baseman next year. Jazz Chisholm, I'm sorry, but I'm going to just let him walk. I'm going to let him hit free agency. I know he finally started to turn a corner, but Michael Busch has just absolutely proven to me that I gave him a chance because I had to, and he seized the opportunity. And he's only making, $2.2 million for 2 more years? Yeah, that's our guy. It allows us to spend that money elsewhere. We can trade away Castellanos. We can let Chisholm walk. And right there, that clears up $24 million in cap space. Now, obviously, in budget room, I should say. Obviously, Chisholm's expiring, so it doesn't count for next season, but we shall see. Michael Busch, just great on base. Isolated power goes to Castellanos. So again, we brought in some power. It's tough for players, I guess, here in this stadium to get home runs, but the amount of runs created is off the charts. 3 players over 100 runs created. I'll take that any day of the week. And now our pitchers, who had the most quality starts? Glasnow, Hoagland, Peterson. Rodriguez had a bad season. How many games did he start? He started 24 and only had 8 quality starts. That's not good. David Peterson was okay. Gallen was good. Hoagland was really good. And then Glasnow was great. Well, I guess I should say they were both great. Gallen really good. Peterson good. And Rodriguez not good. Connie Nelson, hopefully he's up to an 85. Rodriguez is up to an 85. So we'll have to make that decision again. Connie Nelson's hits per 9 do scare me, though. He's not very well-rounded, but he looks good everywhere else. So as long as we got good fielders, Connie Nelson will probably be a good pitcher. How many blown saves? Karinchak blew 6. Rodriguez had 23 holds. Ryan Weathers with 19, and Jose Ruiz, and then Tyler Rogers there as well. So that kind of makes sense that their setup men had the most holds. Do we have saves? Yeah, saves. 41 saves for Karinchak. And he only blew, 6? So he had 47 opportunities and 41. That's pretty good. Glasnow with a 3.2, Hoglund with a 2.6, Peterson with a 2.5, Gallen with a 2.2 only. A little bit disappointed, but Jordan Wicks and then Ryan Weathers, the relief pitcher, with a 1.3. That's pretty insane. Strikeouts per 9, Grayson Rodriguez just absolutely dotting dudes up. I mean, his Ks per 9 at 87 makes sense. Peterson here as well. Connie Nelson actually did pretty good. It's his hits per 9. Home runs per 9, though. Grayson Rodriguez gave up the most. Connie Nelson gave up the next most. So, again, not looking great there. But Lee Rodriguez pitched great. Ryan Weathers, Ruiz, Glasnow really deserved to be the best player, best pitcher on our team. So, that is that. We are taking on Detroit in the ALDS after 2 of our division mates go head-to-head in the wild card. But, guys, that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And I will see you guys in the ALDS.
It's a free for all, free for all.